On the evening before the holy day, in a hut which was still fairly intact, 11 soldiers celebrated in quiet worship. It was not easy to find them in the herd of the doubting, the hopeless, and disappointed, but those I found came happily and with a glad and open heart. It was a strange congregation which assembled to celebrate the birthday of the Christ child. There are many altars in the wide world, but surely none poorer than ours here. Yesterday, the box still held anti-aircraft shells. Today, my hand spread over it the field-gray tunic of a comrade whose eyes I closed last Friday in this very room. I wrote his wife a letter of consolation. May God protect her. I read my boys the Christmas story according to the Gospel of Luke, chapter 2, verses 1 through 17. I gave them hard black bread as the holy sacrifice and sacrament of the altar, the true body of our Lord Jesus Christ, and entreated the Lord to have pity on them and to give them grace. I did not say anything about the fifth commandment. The men sat on footstools and looked up to me from large eyes in their starved faces. They were all young, except one who was 51 years of age. I am very happy that I had the right to console their hearts and give them courage. When it was over, we shook each other's hands, took down addresses, and promised to look up relatives and tell them about our Christmas Eve celebration in the year 1942, in case one of us should return home alive. May God hold his hands over you, dear parents, for now the evening is at hand, and we will do well to set our house in order. We will go into the evening and the night calmly, if it is the will of the Lord of the world. But we do not look into a night without end. We give our life back into the hands of God. May he be merciful when the hour has come.
That was one of the last letters from Stalingrad, written at Christmas 46 years ago, and an enduring document to our day and beyond. And I'm going to ask George McKellick to read one more letter, another of his favorites from this remarkable book.
This is letter 39, the very last letter of the last letters. I don't know why this letter moves me so much, but it has. Every year I read it. And I think it may be the presence of this letter in the collection that helped me read the letters live every year. I wanted to experience this letter live every Christmas time. It is from a young German officer to his father, who was a general in the German army back in the country. Dearest Father, the division has been trimmed down for the big battle, but the big battle won't take place. You will be surprised that I write to you and in care of your office, but what I have to say in this letter can only be said among men. You will transmit it to Mother in your own way. The word is out that we can write today. For one familiar with the situation, that means we can do it just once more. You are a colonel, my dear Father, and a member of the General Staff, so you know what this means, and I needn't go into explanations which may sound sentimental. This is the end. It will last perhaps another week, I think, and then the game is up. I do not want to look for reasons which one could marshal for or against our situation here. The reasons are now altogether unimportant and pointless. But if I am to say anything about them, it is this. Do not look to us for an explanation of the situation, but to yourselves and to the man who is responsible for it. Don't knuckle under, you, Father, and all those who think like you. Be on guard so that a greater disaster does not overtake our country. The hell on the Volga should be a warning to you. I beg you, don't brush off this experience. And now, a remark about the present. Of the whole division, only 69 men are still in fighting condition. Blyer is still alive, and so is Hartlieb. Little Dagan lost both his arms. He will probably be back in Germany soon. It is also the end for him. Ask him for any details you would like to know. D has lost all hope. I would like to know what he is thinking at times of the situation and its consequences. We still have 2 machine guns, 400 rounds of ammunition, 1 mortar, 10 shells. Beside that, only hunger and fatigue. Without waiting for orders, Berg broke out with 20 men. Better to know in 3 days how things will end than in 3 weeks. I can't blame him. And now to personal matters. You can be sure that everything will end decently here. It is a little early at 30, I know, but no sentiments. Handshake for Lydia and Helene. Kiss for Mama. Be careful, old man. Think of her heart. Kiss for Gerda. Regards to all the rest. Hand to helmet, Father. First Lieutenant, German 6th Army, your son respectfully gives notice of departure.
And that is the last of the last letters from Stalingrad in this collection. This young lieutenant, about to die, wrote to his father, "Don't knuckle under, be on guard, so that a greater disaster does not overtake our country. The hell on the Volga should be a warning to you. I beg you, don't brush off this experience." And those words, too, are addressed to us.
Indeed, indeed.
Over the decades. A good many of these soldiers referred to their last experience on this earth as hell. They used the word repeatedly, but it was a hell that was made not by any divinity, but by their country and its leaders. And they went, I suppose, willingly enough, George. I doubt that they had any inkling of what awaited them. There are lessons here, and I suppose that's why you started reading these letters 25 years ago, and why we're reading them tonight, and why I hope we'll be back next year at this time, reading them again. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Rowan.
George Vukelic reading Last Letters from Stalingrad, and I'll be back next week with another guest on Second Opinion.